I've been told many times that I do not quite act my age, and usually that is meant as a compliment, but I sometimes wonder just how old people think I might be. Today we are going to be asking the BuzzFeed gods to try and determine what age I actually am. I'm Mishak Malley, and welcome back to the Morning Mocha. So today I found a quiz that is supposed to try and guess what age I am. Now, there are a number of things to know about me. I am not that steeped in pop culture. I don't quite have what the kids call hip and cool tendencies, perhaps. But I think I'm still a fun-loving guy. I that dates me, doesn't it? Wow, holy cow. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to see if BuzzFeed can guess my age. I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can in this quiz, and my guess is they will say that I'm 63. So let's get started. Let's find out what the questions are. Which of these animals is your least favorite? Oh God, I'm gonna get demonized on the internet for answering this. So least favorite is different than indifference, right? So I have the most indifference toward a peacock, but they're not my least favorite. Well, maybe that would be the case. I guess if I don't care about something, that means it's definitely not my favorite. A zebra, I really don't care. It's probably a zebra or a peacock that I really don't care about. I like dogs and cats for the most part. Octopi are fascinating. Pandas are cool, mostly because they're endangered. Peacocks, I think peacocks are way less cool than other people think peacocks are cool. So I'm going to go with that. All right. How many pairs of shoes have you bought this year? I like to buy shoes. I buy shoes secondhand, right? So I buy most of my clothing secondhand. Shoes for men happen to be very cheap secondhand. And so frequently when I go and buy shoes, I'll buy many pairs of shoes and then really feel out later what I want to own. It's already late into this year. I've definitely bought more than 6 pairs of shoes this year. Okay. Which of these is the best smells? Okay. Freshly ground coffee. It's a good smell. Rain, also a decent smell. Fresh bread, that is an amazing smell. Gasoline is okay, some people don't like the smell of gasoline. I enjoy the smell of gasoline, right? If there's the smell of gasoline, it's exciting. It reminds me of adventure. Baked cookies is good. Ocean breeze, I don't know. I'm not a big ocean breeze guy. Fresh bread of all of these stands out as yes, that's the best smell. Which of these smells are the worst? I don't like this question. Vomit. Poop. Fish. It looks like fish is a bad smell, man. BO. Sour garbage. Bad meat. These are all really, really bad smells, folks. If I had to go with one of the worst smells that I've ever smelled in my entire life, right? I don't even want to think about it. I've smelled bad poop. I've smelled poop that is so gross. I don't even want to think about it. We're moving on. Okay, what time do I typically wake up? 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., other. So during the week, I typically get up closer to 6, and on the weekends, I get up closer to 7. But if we're going to average it, I would say probably 7 a.m. is the average time that I wake up. My alarm usually goes up at 6:30 and there's a couple of snoozes. So if we're just averaging, let's go 7. Okay. Pick a cheesy food or a chocolate food. Oh, interesting. Okay. Mac and cheese, brownies, grilled cheese, chocolate cake, pizza, ice cream sandwich. I love pizza. If it's good pizza, I love pizza so much. Grilled cheese is good. I enjoy grilled cheese. Mac and cheese is good. Brownies, chocolate cake, ice cream sandwich are all fine. But of these, pizza is a good pizza though. A really good piece of pizza. Delicious. Okay. How is this relevant? How is the first vowel of your last name a relevant question? BuzzFeed, I am questioning your methods here. Okay, what is the first vowel of my last name? M-A. So, A. Okay. If you had to be a bug, what kind would you be? This is interesting. Would I be a bee, an ant, a dragonfly, a spider, a centipede, or a ladybug? What am I judging this on? Am I just determining like what bug I feel like being? I feel like I have. So bees and ants live in colonies, right? So they're sort of a very go with the flow kind of thing. And I do have a go with the flow energy to me, but I definitely don't do that all of the time. So those are probably not it. A spider builds its own home. It builds its own nest, which is something I identify with. A centipede is just kind of gross and in the shadows. Like I feel like a centipede is not something you ever want to be. A true ladybug. I don't really know that much about ladybugs and dragonflies, to be totally honest with you. Spider to me feels like the best one based on their habits, but that seems, for some reason, that feels like the incorrect answer. We're clicking spider anyway. All right. Finish the sentence. I wish people would appreciate my blank more. My jokes, my generosity, my humility, my sense of style, my ideas, or my wisdom. I think this is an interesting question, right? Because what would I wish people appreciated about me more? Because it's like, what do people already appreciate about me, and which one of these would I want to shore up, right? So it's not necessarily the one that I'm most insecure about, but the one that I'm most insecure about the way that people respond to it about. And so in this one, I would say, I don't think I'm that humble of a guy. My sense of style is only, kind of middle of the road. My ideas are probably it, but I feel like people do appreciate my ideas. But ideas, maybe. I think I have a tough time articulating always what my idea is, right? Like I can show you it in execution, but in articulation, I'm maybe not quite as good. So maybe I wish people would appreciate my ideas more. Okay, we have reached the last question, folks. Lastly, here are some common fears. Which scares you the most? Heights, spiders, deep water, small spaces, public speaking, needles. So deep water doesn't really scare me. Drowning scares me, but not because of deep water. Like I'm afraid of drowning in like 2 feet of water. Spiders don't really scare me. I've dealt with a lot of spiders in my life. Small spaces, like, I don't know, being trapped scares me, but not just like being in a small space. Public speaking, no problem. Needles, no problem. Heights is the closest one. I used to have a really big fear of heights when I was really little, and I've kind of grown out of that. But of all of these, heights is probably the one that's closest. 21 years old. Holy cow. I'm 22. I mean, that's really close. Now, it could be the case that BuzzFeed is just picking their average age demographic, right? Like, they're not going to say that you're 60 because no one on BuzzFeed who takes a quiz is almost ever 60 unless it's somebody's grandparent that they're like, hey, take this quiz. But I would say, yeah, 21 is really close. I'm actually super impressed that BuzzFeed guessed my age. That makes me feel really hopeful that maybe I'm not that crazy different than other 21, 22-year-olds in terms of my fears. What question? It is interesting to me in these quizzes. Like, what of any of these would actually have any implication to determine what age I am? I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed that BuzzFeed thinks that I'm 21. That feels like an accomplishment, even though I really did nothing, but answered some questions, and they were like, yeah, you're close to the age that you are. So, I turned 22 over the summer. I don't feel like that's crazy off. 21 is a pretty good answer. Holy cow. Wow. Well, BuzzFeed, it turns out, is just a savant. They know exactly what they're talking about all of the time and are correct in everything in all aspects. That's what I've learned from this, is that BuzzFeed just knows exactly what they're doing all of the time, and we should always trust them and always, rely on them as the great source of wisdom in our lives and in everything that we do. And so if there's any takeaway from this video in its entirety, it's that BuzzFeed is correct. So let's just get that out of the way, put that aside. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment below of another quiz you'd like me to test out, something else you'd like me to try here on the channel. Click the bottom link to watch another episode of The Morning Mocha. Click the top link to subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.